Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Quick Spin, the Autoweek podcast that takes you to the essence of the automobile. Today, we are talking about the 2021 Lexus IS 350. You can take a look at that Lexus on our Instagram page now. That's at Autoweek USA. And while you're looking, you might as well head over to the Facebook page. That's at Autoweek USA as well. And like and subscribe to get all that great Autoweek content. We're going to talk about this Lexus in just 1 second. But before that, we've got to pay the bills. Our friends at Road & Trek have some big news to share. The premium lifestyle magazine for the automotive enthusiast is now fully loaded. Become a member of the Trek Club and receive 6 supersized double issues a year, plus access to digital content, dozens of partner privileges, exclusive invites to editorial events, and first dibs on insider automotive events both online and around the world. Hop on in by visiting roadandtrack.com/join. That's roadandtrack.com/JOIN. And without any further ado, Robin, tell me about this Lexus. IS 350, right?
Yeah, it's the IS 350 F Sport. All IS 350s are F Sports now. So if you don't say it, it doesn't count.
So what exactly is this thing?
So it's a new generation car for the 2021 model year. It did a whole bunch of stuff to it, which includes making all the 350s F Sport. But it's a fascinating car because it's actually three pretty different cars depending on how you break it down. There's 3 different engines, not 2. And if you get rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive, you get a very different transmission and really a very different character, very different driving car. So if you get an IS 350 F Sport all-wheel drive, you get a 6-speed transmission. And if you get the 350 rear-wheel drive, F Sport, you get an 8-speed transmission. So that means the rear-wheel drive car is actually faster to 0 to 60 than the all-wheel drive car because of the more friendly gear ratios to keep you in the power band and things like that, which is quite atypical for rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive.
You recorded a walk-around of this IS 350 a little bit ago, and I think you go into some pretty good details, and let's jump into that right now.
It is a crisp fall morning, and I am seeing the sunrise over a ultrasonic blue mica 2021 Lexus IS 350 F Sport rear-wheel drive. The rear-wheel drive is not officially a part of the name of the car, but it is an important attribute of the car, so I felt important to say it right off the bat. This is a good-looking Lexus for the most part. It's got a lot of hard crease lines. It's got really short overhangs in the front, reasonable overhangs in the back. It's got a nice sloping, fastbackish kind of look. It is still a sedan with a trunk. It's got a borderline, but I'm still going to call tasteful carbon fiber look rear wing on the back or spoiler. I could do without the fake diffuser bit. It's a little busy in back here, but I dig the true, legit dual exhaust with actual exhaust pipes, nothing faked or built into the bodywork there, anything like that. This particular car has the dynamic handling package, which among other things includes 19-inch matte black BBS wheels, which look hoss, and also do a good job of showing off some pretty meaty brakes and calipers. And I have to say, I actually really like the fact that they're not bright yellow or bright red or anything like that. It's kind of like caliper color, and there's a little bit of paint and black on them. But one feature about the new Lexus IS that I really dig is it's got these farther separated side view mirrors. So you have this notable 6-inch gap between the side view mirror and the front glass, and that gives you a distinctive look. I think it actually does help aerodynamics a bit. It gives engineers a way to channel the air over the body and then separately channel the air over the side view mirror. And it looks cool. It's got this it's black against the blue, and then it's got this kind of chrome streak in it, which is neat. There's still that, let's go ahead and call it controversial front clip. I think over time, Lexus has improved the implementation of it, but it's still a lot. It has to be said, yeah. But I dig the checkmark style daytime running lights and headlight pattern. I dig the overall shape of the car, and I dig the naturally aspirated V6 that's underneath the hood that I'm looking forward to firing up and giving this thing a go.
And it's going to be a second before that. However, Mr. Warner, you touched on a lot of really good things that I want to unpack. And this one doesn't necessarily have to do with Lexus, but just a grand trend and car styling. But what we're seeing with BMW, what we're seeing with Genesis to a lesser extent, the distinctive, I guess is the appropriate way to say it, grille is looking like it's here to stay, at least for the short term.
Well, BMW is very good at taking controversial and saying, oh, well, we can do that one better. And being the controversialist of them with that new 3.4 series. But that is not what we're talking about today. Yeah, I feel like it's a grille that people love to hate, but over time, the designers have gotten better and better at integrating it into the rest of the body so that, like it or not, it fits. If you look at this grille on the LC 500, which is their bigger Grand Touring car with that sweet-sounding 5-liter naturally aspirated V8, by the way, that is a better integration of the same grille. And here we are again with the 2021 IS, and you can see that it's continuing to mature, and the designers are getting better at integrating the same look into their cars. And yeah, for me, it works.
No, totally agree. I mean, the grille when it debuted, I don't think anyone would say, "Wow, that's gonna take hold." But I think it really has matured and kind of grown into an aesthetic that is befitting of a Lexus. But most importantly, on QuickSpan, we actually take you along. Well, we review the cars too, which is something special, I might add. But I think now is a great time to throw you in the passenger seat with one Robin Warner. Let's go to that right now.
This rear-wheel drive IS 350 really comes alive, much more so than the all-wheel drive version. That one's just a little bit more pedestrian. That's a little bit more of you're buying the IS for the look as opposed to the performance. This one is the more pure driver's car. Front end is a lot more athletic. Turn-in is a lot quicker, more precise, and it's easier to get the nose exactly where you want it. And the steering weight feels really good, and the chassis balance is really quite good. This does still understeer, but you can get the rear end to come out if you really push it to, and you got to appreciate this. This is probably the best Lexus I've driven from a pure driving dynamics point of view. It's got a real solid chassis. It's got nice alive feel. The steering itself doesn't have a ton of feel, but the weight of the steering is really good and precision is really good. It's got a nice fast rack. My only real disappointment from a driving dynamics point of view is that the brakes are just a little bit spongier than I'd hoped for. There's a little bit more pedal travel to get that initial bite, and then your pedal sinks a bit further than is ideal for that nice sporting feel. You get, in a Porsche, for example, a much harder brake pedal, much faster, and gives you more reassurance of your stopping power, what's available to you. But this is minor. This is a minor thing. The brakes are still good. They're just not phenomenal. And then when you get out of the driving dynamics point of view, this is a very comfortable car to be in. You know, it's a Lexus, and I am sitting in comfortable and supportive seats. I've got heated and ventilated seats. I've got a heated steering wheel. Driving mode, let me just switch that to normal. Calms everything down, and it's a very pleasant place to be. So this is a great car for that you want everyday luxury, but then you can turn up the wick a bit and get some performance out of it as well. You get good power from a naturally aspirated V6. You get a nice quick shifting 8-speed transmission, and you get generally tight, athletic moves, but it's not overbearing. It's not too stiff to take away the fun. So it's a well-balanced car. And then you get all the usual goodies, nice big infotainment screen and stuff like that. So, yeah, I have to say, duly impressed with the 2021 Lexus IS 350 F Sport rear-wheel drive.
If there's a young person in your life who's really into cars, give them the gift of R&T Crew, the ultimate subscription box by Road and Track for kids ages 6 to 10 every other month. A box is delivered to their door and is stuffed with cool accessories, fun activities, and a magazine chock full of facts, stories, games, and more. Sign up now and receive the all-new Need for Speed box and enter code Autoweek. That's, of course, AUTOWEEK for 10% off an annual subscription. Just head over to rtcrew.com. That's rtcrew.com and use the code AUTOWEEK. We're treading awfully close to the most important question of this show, and that is, what is the essence of the IS350 F Sport? And maybe more so, what is the essence of the IS? What is Lexus doing with this car?
Lexus has, with this car, compartmentalized a little bit what having an IS means. So you can get a very different essence to a car based on the trim level you get. And because the one I drove was bigger engine, rear-wheel drive with the handling package, those BBS wheels, not only are they 19-inch look cool, they're also lighter weight. That's unsprung weight you're taking out of the car, really improves the feel. A Torsen limited slip diff, that's legit car guy stuff right there. And, you get the sharper handling and everything like that. So this really is just like one notch down from diehard driver enthusiast car, but that still gets away with being a Lexus when you need a car to not be a car enthusiast machine. So the essence of this thing is you only have the budget or the space or whatever for one car, but you really want to get a lot out of it. The IS will deliver a lot of different things. You can take your significant other out and look sharp doing it. You can look classy. You can go out with your buddies for a drive for a couple hours in the canyon, or you can just get your shopping done around town, or you can hit that road trip. This car will hit all of those points really well. So this is your go-to all-arounder, and it's of course got the Lexus reputation for reliability and build quality and all those things to follow you.
Well, it sounds like a true Japanese Swiss Army knife, if that makes sense. Real fast also, Robin, people like to know, how much did this thing cost?
Well, that's what's really actually quite impressive about what Lexus did here. They have really kept the cost down. You can get yourself in an IS for just over $40,000. And if you get all the stuff I just mentioned, so you get the 350 F Sport with rear-wheel drive and this handling package, it's $48,125. So under $50,000 for something that does provide a lot of performance. Pretty darn good. And legitimately, there is a value argument to make. For guys like you and me, it's kind of a tough sale for any new car. But if you are the type of person that looks at new cars, this has a value argument to it.
Yeah, to your point, I am cross-shopping this new IS350 with an 85 Dodge Omni. No, Robin, thank you for joining us, by the way. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for driving the car. And also, thank you so much, listeners, for tagging along with us on this journey. Don't forget to head over to the Apple Podcast Store or wherever you listen to this to drop us a quick review. Don't even hesitate to shoot me an email. That's Wesley.Wren@hearst.com. It goes straight to my inbox and I will read it and, go from there. But also, again, I can't stress this enough. Thank you for listening and see you next week.